Angela Lansbury has hit the headlines for saying she believes that women who go out of their way to make themselves attractive need to take some of the blame for sexual harassment. Ladies, Jane.
Do you know what? When you get older, one of the things they say, you can wear purple. Oh, Exhibit A over here.
Bit of lavender.
You can wear purple and you can speak your mind.
Yes.
I think there's a slight... I mean, you just said to me she's 92, right? I think when you ask a 92-year-old woman something that's kind of like a very modern debate, it's slightly unfair. But anyway, her actual quote was, "We have to own up to the fact that women have gone out of their way to make themselves attractive and unfortunately has backfired on us. Although it's awful to say we can't make ourselves look attractive as possible without being knocked down and raped. Should women be prepared for this? No, they shouldn't have to be. There's no excuse for that." So she sort of talked herself into a big circle, but it's kind of reminded us that at the moment, in these very sort of fevered times, we're all very wary about talking about this,
yes.
you know. And I've got daughters, and what I always say to them is, look, in an ideal world, we should all be able to walk naked down the street or into the office and, you know, without fear of ever being sexually harassed or intimidated or whatever. But we are living in a real world where there are people that will take advantage of you, or at least try to. So therefore, you just have to have your wits about you and have that in your mind.
Yeah, you're not saying you should, you know,
unfashionable thing to say, but it's realistic.
Yeah. But don't you think as well, you know, things that we could have a real honest debate about 10 years ago, even on this show, is that we can't now. There's so many subjects we can't really debate, and I think that's because of social media, because everybody jumps on the band. They take one line out of context. So even today, starting this conversation, we were all a bit, oh, yeah, but how are we going to put that without it being taken out of context?
I'm already thinking about the words to use to describe what I'm about to say, and I'm really struggling.
And nervous, yeah.
Because, look, I am a feminist, and I believe that, like you, Jane, you put it so well, that in an ideal world, you should be able to walk down the street naked.
Totally.
But I'll just take my example. I know that when I'm really dressed up, and I might be wearing something really fitted, high heels, makeup on, whatever, I do get attention. But I kind of know that I'm going to get attention, so I'm prepared for it.
And do you get attention you don't normally get if you're just kind of like wearing jumper and jeans?
Yeah, absolutely, I do. And it might be that I'm doing that for my own self-esteem, because I might say, okay.
But isn't the question whether you feel threatened by the attention or able to deal with it?
Well, that's the thing. Now, I can deal with the attention and it doesn't bother me, but for some women it does. So my argument is, look, if you don't want the attention that much and you can't deal with it, then do think about what you're wearing. And I have to say, it is related to the clothes. And I have to say, there are some young girls, and even me, so liberal and such a feminist, I do think, I can't believe your mother's let you out like that. I do think that. Is that bad of me? I don't know.
It's a form of self-expression. I think everybody should be able to wear what they like as long as they can cope with what happens.
With the attention it
attracts.
attracts.
With the attention. And personally, as someone who was a boss, I saw women in the workplace displaying more flesh than I personally was comfortable with, but that was because they chose to, and some of them might have had a strategy.
Yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
And, you know, I didn't agree with it, but if they wanted to do that, fine.